Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am speaking to you from what will be the depths of the past by the time I upload this. Since I play all of my hot seats and only upload them generally when the hot seat's coming to a close or is already finished, yeah, this is probably like a decent few months back in time. So yes, hello to the future. Will I reach 1 billion subs yet? Definitely, probably not. At any rate, welcome to Turmoil, or full title of the hot seats, Turmoil in the Cigar Lounge, but that's just utterly ridiculous name. We'll probably just call the fucking series Turmoil. Because that's just, you know, not as ridiculous. But anyway, we've done a bit of diplomacy already on Total War Center. I'll give you the overhaul on what it's. We've, I'm on somewhat good terms with the players who are playing Tully and Stark, who are blue and frosty. So, they would be... I could get an alliance and be fairly content that they'd keep it. Especially if I got a blood alliance, I'd be pretty fucking sure that either Blue or Frosty would keep their word if I got a blood alliance with them. Even just a normal alliance, having Greyjoy and the North allied together is a very strong force to be reckoned with, kind of thing. However, the Lannisters have offered me a deal as well, which I'll show you just right now. They've offered the Bane Forts, the Crag, which is down here. Yeah, the Crag's like right there. Fair Market and Chaos as well, in turn for not an alliance yet, but a peace agreement, basically, saying that I won't attack them and I'll go attack Tully or Stark. Tempted, because the whole Greyjoy Lannister alliance, battle war thing is the default thing for Greyjoy. I'd kind of like to do something new. So rather than attacking the west, we might accept Lannister's little deal and go north or to the west, or maybe go or to the Riverlands and maybe go to the Reach as well. But at least for turn one, I'm going to play. I haven't exactly accepted anything yet or talked about it or anything, but for now, for turn one, we're going to play as if we're at war with Lannister, just in case, and in preparation for that, because he might not even go through with the deal, and I don't want to be heading north and found out that he's lied, basically, and is preparing to attack me. So we're going to move as if we're at war with Lannister. And if he does his end of the deal, we'll go bugger off and attack something else, but I'm not going to be left high and dry if he doesn't keep his word. Alright guys, turn two, and fuck me, dealing with this Lannister player is just such a fucking pet. It's like talking to a child. But anyway, yeah, the deal with Lannister, I completely just... Yeah, I took, like, one look at the North. Look at this. The North would have taken me, like, 1, 2, 3, 4... It would have taken me, like, 5 or so turns just to get to Flint's fucking finger. And then we'd have to go all the way... Look at the size of the North, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I would have been bored out of my fucking skull trying to attack the North. That's very, very boring. So, yeah, fuck it. We're attacking the West. What I did is, on turn 1, before we even played... before Lannister got even the chance to play his turn, I sent him a message saying the deal was off, which gave him a chance to fort off all of his shit, including the Crag, which I now cannot, I cannot actually, can I even show you it? I don't think I have the movement points to show you that. But anyway, because I warned him, all in fair play, I made the deal actually intending to keep it, but after looking at the North and the speed of this hot seat, which is sluggishly slow at best, I've changed my mind, and I warned him and said the deal's off, basically, and play your turn because we're at war. And he has. He's played his turn as we're at war, and he's blocked off all these regions and everything, which has made my job considerably more difficult. But, you know, what are you going to do? I do have some honor. I'm not above tricking my enemies, but this wasn't my intention when I did the deal, so, you know. If I was distinctively evil, I just wouldn't have said anything and took full advantage and made my job a lot easier, but what are you going to do? Some of us have a moral code. Anyway, yeah. Theon has delayed the siege to Cairns, which should be fine. I've scouted it. Lannister doesn't start with any ships, and he won't have a ship until next turn, so he can't move anything over to take Cairns, which is good. So Theon should take this. This fort here... any of these guys? Yeah, this fort here expands. That cuts off any land units from Chaos, which is good. Faircastle was completely cut off. He doesn't have any ships to do anything with. I have half a stack here, which can help out any of those sieges. Those guys can help out as well. More armies in here, which can help out lift any siege on that fort. The Bane Fort's fine where it is. I'm building more and more troops over in the Isles, including my navy. My navy is going to be very important down the line. And building all of this as well. But yeah, that's good. Like I said, this original attack right here, I could have, if I hadn't come clean to Lannister and said that our deal was off before and given him a chance to defend himself, I would have got the crag as well. But, you know, there's no big deal. I'm pretty confident I can easily crush him anyway. So, yeah, moving on. Yeah, I'm really starting to regret my action of warning Lannister and giving him time to defend himself. The crag's now going to be a pain in the ass to take. The good thing is, this little fort here can only be attacked by one Lannister stack. So if he does attack this fort with Oakwood inside, I have troops nearby that will be able to defend either that fort, which can also only be attacked by one force. This fort can only be attacked by one force, and Vic and his army can deal with either one of those two locations if they get attacked. So that one army there, secures both of these points. There's no need to worry about that. I'm building shit still in Pike in the Isles. Move my fleet down slowly but surely. I've blockaded Lannisport with my army. All my other sieges worked fine. Keeping that fort there for now, along with a Asher inside. A little tip for people: if you put a princess inside a fort, that makes that fort completely unbribable. So I could literally not even bother having generals inside of it, and he still wouldn't be able to bribe that fort because the princess is inside. It's a handy little thing. Hey guys, turn 4, and I've kind of left this fort a little open. It's vulnerable. If he attacked now, I'm pretty sure, well, I wouldn't be able to defend it. I've moved Vic down where he was defending it previously, and need him down here. He can still defend the Fort of the Crag, and land there when necessary to defend that. Like I said, only one Lannister stack can siege this fort. There's only one spot for him to do it. Same situation with this one, but I don't have anything actually in range to help that right now. I am, however, building another stack over on the Isles, which will fill Vic's position as defending the region there. I'm using Asher as my spy to do things, and I'll show you. Wait a minute. Let's just send Theon over here for a sec. You see, he's forted off Lannisport and everything else. Well, I say he has. Actually, it was Joffrey who subbed his faction and has forted off all of his shit, which he's done. See if I can get some movement points over there to show you. Yeah, get you. Yeah, the Joffrey player, who's an experienced player at that, one of the best in Total Center right now. He's subbed and make this giant ass bloody fort wall, which is very shiny, all with somewhat decent generals. I could perhaps bribe one of these, especially the Freys with their shitty loyalty, if I could get enough cash to do that. I might be able to break through at some point. But at first glance, we ideally need to bust through here and take Lannisport, and then we can take Castle Rock in the turn as well. All of Lannister's forces are sort of in the middle of nowhere. The Riverland situation is, well, I've got a message. Yeah. He's almost here, walked east of the Bane Fort. You should see a little fella. Yeah, my diplomat is over there in the alliance of Tully. But yeah, Tyrell's over by Stony Sept. And Tully's getting ready to push on the thing. I'm emphasizing, if we take Golden Tooth and he pushes us through there, we can connect my lands and beat through that. But at any rate, we're basically just moving up troops right now, and then we need to find an opening in this giant fort wall that he's created, which might be easier said than done. We'll see. We'll see. And so, it was Lannister greed in the end that defeated the Lannisters. You remember last turn, I believe I showed Willem Lannister was inside this enemy fort. Well, Willem Lannister was gracious enough to join our side with a very large donation of money and the promise of him becoming the Lord of Lannisport. So yes, I bribed Willem Lannister, landed all my shit, and now Lannisport and the nearby fort is under siege. Now, Lannisport can sally out, but it doesn't have enough troops to take to fight that, in theory. These guys here can sally out, but then they'll be fighting both Dagmar and Vic, so they definitely won't be able to win that. This fort here blocks off all of Lannister's armies from being able to get through there. There's no way in a billion years that they'll be able to bribe all 4 of those generals. In fact, it's impossible because Theon is my heir and is therefore not able to be bribed at all. When we go down south, there are some dumbass Lannister forces. Wait a minute. I have them in points with... Oh, yeah, here they are. There's some Lannister forces with Craig Hall hiding inside here. This fort does the job of blocking them off and making it impossible for him to send troops to assist. So, in theory, Lannisport will be mine and Casterly Rock will follow. Which is a huge, huge gain on turn fucking 5. So yeah, suck it, Lannister. Too easy, too easy. Hell of a bribe, and his rest of his fort wall still stands. I could have bribed any of these fort walls. Like, I could have bribed Martin Lannister and pulled off the exact same move. But Willem was cheapest to pull off, so, you know. We're also, after we've taken Lannisport, assuming that it works. It should. I've scouted everything, and he should not, in theory, be able to do anything against me. But I'm always paranoid like that. I'll defeat his fleet, and then we'll send a small force down here to grab Craig Hall, most likely. And we'll go from there. Up in the north, he still thinks that this is defended, no doubt, which it isn't. Sansa Stark is on her way to wed Theon, as per my deal with the Starks. And my secondary stack in the Isles is kind of almost-ish ready. Well, yeah, not exactly. I had to burn most of the Isles in order to have enough money to bribe the fort. So I'm pretty sure I cancelled some recruitment here and there. Which sucks, but I will make, like, all of the money back from sacking Lannisport and Casterly Rock, so I'm calling it a win-win. Even if I did have to spend basically all of my money, it's a win. It's definitely worth it. I weighed the odds, and I'll get the money back, and I'll get Casterly Rock and Lannisport and the income that brings, so it's worth it. Definitely worth it. Turn 6. My siege at Lannisport was successful, no worries. Lannisters appear to be, like, turtling now and hiding. They seem to have fucked off in that general direction. Same with over towards Craig Hall and whatnot. But yeah, Lannisport fell very easily, got Theon inside, holding the fort down. I put Asher inside this fort so that can't be bribed. Dagmar's leading it, which is fine. Iron is taking Casterly Rock, which should in theory, well, it will fall. There's no way in hell that he can stop me from taking it. As you can see, we've already got like 10k back from taking Lannisport, and that's without some of the recruitment that I've done. Vic's buggering off over here. I want him back over here to defend some of these regions, because he's now in range of that fort, and is in range to deal with any of these issues down here. Yeah, this fort up here is still completely vulnerable, but he hasn't, like, yeah. It's weird. I think if I was Lannister, I would have seen that Victorian was no longer up here where he used to be, and then come to the conclusion that it's worth trying to take that. But the thing is, even if he did take this fort and move up to the Bane fort, I can very easily move Vic up north to deal with him and beat him back. So it wouldn't be too much of a loss. We are now, with my newfound money, once again rebuilding my more forces up here, and I'll have even more money once I sack Casterly Rock. So you know, yay! And Willem Lannister's leading the forces as well, which is I find quite funny. Theon is wed to Sansa Stark, which is good. Which will bring me many heirs, hopefully, and ties us to the north indefinitely. Which, the north has actually lost this little region here. The Tyrells are pushing forward towards Stony Sept right now. And Tully is trying to push on Golden Tooth, but it's a bit more of a pain in the arse than he had hoped. At any rate, we'll, depending on Lannister's monetary situation, to be honest, which should be shit. Because he's still got Tywin and all of his full stacks intact. They basically haven't done anything for the entire game. I should be able to push these forts forward and block off Clegane Keep and take that afterwards. The situation at Crag is, yeah, sort of 50-50. It even involves bribing this guy who's got limited loyalty, or bribing this guy and sneaking past, or waiting for him to pull back. Yeah. Once again, I found myself looking back at like a month ago and thinking, why oh why did I warn Lannister that I was going to war with him? I should have just deceived him like an evil bastard. But no. Especially since he still shat all over me and said that I deceived him anyway, despite the fact that I warned him. Yeah, that's how dishonorable of me to warn him that I didn't want to agree to any terms anymore. Idiot. But what do I expect from the fucking player? Nothing much, really. Speaking of the Lannister player, Femsy, and his fucking antics, I fear how long this hot seat is going to take to finish at the current pace. We're getting like 1 turn a month, if that. Every time Lannister comes around, we have to wait for fucking 48 plus hours. Convenient that this all started once I started kicking his ass. But there you go, what are you going to do? Some players do not understand that 24 hours is a fucking rule, not a suggestion. But what does one expect from a player who is essentially an internet troll? Oh well, moving on.